One of the challenges that modern readers often have when they come to the New Testament is these frequent references to the demonized or the demon-possessed, right? Like stories of Jesus casting out demons. There's a lot of them. And that seems very disconnected from our normal, everyday experience of the world. I wonder, however, if peeling back some of the layers of language here might be able to get us closer to the types of distress that Jesus was encountering in his world, and the types of distress that I think all of us actually are coming up against in our world as well. I think there are hints in the Gospels themselves that if we can pay attention to, might actually get us closer to what we're seeing in these stories. And take a look at this clip and let me know if you think there is better language that we can apply to this first century conception of what was happening to these people and these moments of heightened distress, and maybe whether that can actually draw us closer into the care, the healing, and I think the compassion that we see in Jesus.
Okay, it's a good start, but then that evening, people start to hear that JC is in town, so they start to bring their friends and all those who are sick or demonized. And interestingly, this is the only story of the four where we actually see the specific term healed or therapeou appear. And that's interesting to me because therapeou is actually the least magical explanation for what happens next. Theropuho is where we get the English word therapy from. That's because in Greek it referred not to the work of healers, but to the work of doctors. Now, to use the word doctors in this context is, of course, an anachronism, but in the ancient world, therapeou was used to describe the application of a salve to heal a wound, or a plaster cast to heal a broken bone. The primary sense was to care for or to wait upon someone medically. Theropuho is not a magical term. It's a therapeutic term. It implies a long, slow process of healing. Now, what does that mean in this context? That's tough. Does it mean that Jesus took the time to talk to people who were in distress and calm them, that he brought them down from a place of unhealthy hyperfixation, that he spent the night waiting with and caring for people who had become seen as threats in their community? I mean, it certainly doesn't preclude anything miraculous, because the next story is obviously quite miraculous. But I also don't think it's meaningless that Mark describes this moment this way either. He chooses a word that communicates process. And again, I think it's just like Simon's mother-in-law. It's about community here. Those who have been pushed to the edges of community and perceived as threats because of their distress are now slowly brought back into their place as neighbors.
Hey, thanks for making it through to the end of that. If you're interested in what we're doing here at Commons, then give us a subscribe, a like, all of that stuff. And by all means, post a comment and we'll continue the discussion there. You can also join our Discord for the ongoing dialogue here in our community. Anyway, have a great week. We'll see you soon.